India's economy from empty coffers British left towards $5 trillion club. When the British arrived, India's share of the world economy was 23%. By the time the British left, it was below 4%. The colonizers left the nation in penury. From there to today's $3 trillion economy, it has been a long rollercoaster journey. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said recently that India was poised to enter the $5 trillion economy club by 2022. Union Minister Suresh Prabhu said that the country's economy would quadruple to $10 trillion by 2035 on the back of business-friendly structural reforms. Let's chart India's travel from a struggling economy to a behemoth. India inherited the economy in a mess after independence. The Nehruvian economy was socialist. State-controlled heavy capital goods and industries came up. Nehru started the 5-year plans like the Soviet Union. India's GDP in 1950 was $30.6 billion. In 1960, it was $37.03 billion. It grew to $62.4 billion in 1970, to $186.32 billion in 1980. In 1990, it stood at $320.97 billion. Then there was the inflection point in India's economic history. The P.V. Narasimha Rao government threw open the economy in 1991, paving the way to liberalization and globalization. Market forces got greater and freer play. The role of private and foreign investment expanded. There was a reduction in taxes and import tariffs. License Raj shrank, rupee was made fully convertible. There was a brief jolt to the GDP numbers as the rupee depreciated sharply. In 1992, the GDP was $288.2 billion. In 2000, India's GDP touched $468.39 billion. The Atal Bihari Vajpayee government undertook a major reform in the form of disinvestment. Bharat Aluminium Company Limited, Modern Food Industries Limited, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, and Maruti Udyog Limited were privatized. India had come a long way from the PSU-driven growth under Nehru. India's GDP stood at $709.14 billion in 2004, the last year of Vajpayee's rule. Manmohan Singh, who piloted the liberalization of 1991, took over as Prime Minister in 2004. In 2005, India's GDP was $820.38 billion, and by the end of his reign in 2014, it had grown to $2.03 trillion. Modi took charge in 2014 and in 5 years introduced numerous reforms like GST, Make in India, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, and Startup India. In 2019, India's GDP is worth $2.94 trillion. Membership of the prestigious $5 trillion Club of Nations is suddenly at a striking distance.